Hello, this is a demo of Project 4 for CS122B by Daniel Binoy and Kenny Fu. This is Daniel Binoy speaking. Alright, I'm going to start by cloning our repository into our AWS server, which we've SSH'd into right here. Right? That might take a little bit. Next, I'm going to cd into our repository, and I will run git log. Those are our last commits. Next, I will go into the repo, and I will, what's it called? I will cd into main, and from there, I have a few, I have a few commands ready to go. To start with, I will run mvn clean package very quickly. There we go. Right here, I will run mvn clean package. This may take a little while. Alright. Next, I will show our web apps directory. You can see there's nothing there. Next, I will copy our target into the web apps directory. And I will show the web apps directory again. Next, I will build the React front end. We have a couple of commands here ready to go. These commands that I'm getting, I'm just pasting from a little shell script that we wrote called setupdb.sh. Usually we would run all of these in just one command, but here we have to sort of split it up to show these in between steps. But yeah, if anyone wanted to replicate this, they would just have to run setupdb.sh and then provide a username and password for MySQL. But yeah, right now what's happening is that it is within the Fabflix directory, which contains our front end. We're just running npm install, which will install all the npm packages that we need to get our front end running. That includes things like React, which is what we're using for our front end. And this part usually takes quite a while. Luckily though, we're only 3 minutes and 36 seconds in, so hopefully we won't go over our 15-minute time limit. While this is running, I'm also just gonna get our Android thing like restarted and ready to go. The Android Studio. And I'm just doing that like to save a little bit of time in the overall runtime. So I'm just running it within Android Studio and getting it ready. I'll just have it off to the side, like over here. Just hide it down in the corner. And this is purely just because I want to save time. I've recorded this once and I went over time. Oh, okay. Looks like it just is finishing up doing the npm install. Next, it's going to run npm run build, which it's running right now. You can see that right there, npm run build. All that does is it builds our actual front end. That part will also take a little bit of time. I'll also get the next two commands ready to go. Once this finishes, we're going to copy the build folder of the React front end into our web apps directory. I just realized that I had to turn this on. Okay. Yeah, so right whenever this finishes, I'm going to copy the build folder and some config files over with more commands that I've got straight from our shell script. Looks like it's still working at it. Again, these processes take a good amount of time. Really hoping we don't run out of time here. I'm just periodically hitting enter to make sure it's going. I'm getting a little impatient, to be honest. Still going. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm very good, quickly going to fly through the rest of this. I have a few more commands just to copy the build folder, and I don't need that. Okay, cool. Right, so it should copy over the build folder and the config folder. If I refresh this, you should see we now have the actual things up and running. I can now go over to fabflix.xyz, right? Zoom in quite a lot. I'll also have the network tab and console open. I'll refresh, right? I'll type in some login credentials, a@email.com and a2. I'll log in. Just give it a second. Okay, cool. Next, I will demonstrate the autocomplete by first typing in LO. You'll see that no queries get sent. Next, I'm going to, I'll type in LO and hit enter. This is just full text results, right? Next, I will type in S space LOV. We have a drop-down suggestion list. I'll use my arrow keys to navigate to the third entry and hit enter. This is the single movie page. Next, I will do the same thing again, S space LOV, except this time I'll use my mouse to click the last thing, which is Endless Love, right? Next, I will quickly enter love. You'll see one query gets made. We get the results. I will hit backspace. I'll put E back. All good. And that is all for here. Next, I will very quickly go over to the Android side. On the Android side, we just ran the emulator, but because we're doing our app in React Native, we have a few extra commands to run. The first of which is npx react-native start. The next one is npx react native run Android. The first command basically starts up like a development server. The second command essentially I believe it builds the Android app, because React Native is for both iOS and Android. So yeah, you'll see some changes happening over here. I'll just give it a second. Whoa. Might have to hit refresh over here. Let's try that again. Come on. May take a little second. It's bundling, it's going. Come on. Work with me here. Oh, I also forgot to do a git log. That's important. Yeah, so you can see those are last commits. Not sure. Oh, and also here, git log. Yeah, I'm gonna try doing this again. This should have worked. I'm not sure what was given out on me. There we go. Okay. So next I'm going to type in a@email.com, then I'll enter a wrong password. I'll just type in password, which is wrong. I'll hit login. You'll see that we get wrong email/password. If I go back and fix that to A2, it lets me log in. Next I can again type in, I will type in S space LOV, and I will hit search. You can see we get our results. And then on the movie list page, I'll navigate to the second page. This is page 2. And then I will select the first movie, and this is our single movie page. And that should be all. Oh my goodness, we're under time, that's good. So yeah, and again, here you can see that we have all the information. We can also go back, we can see all the movies that we have. We can also have our page navigation. Easy peasy. Perfect. All right, that is all. Once again, this was CS122B, Project 4, Fabflix, Android, autocomplete by